I know. that card. It was like,
My arm,
light on it.
her arm is not, my arm's not long enough.
Well, wait till you hit 50, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, that ship has sailed, friend.
I was gonna say.
just
That
throwing
ship
it-
sailed
throwing
3
it
years
in
ago
there.
for me.
Add a little bit more to that.
Three-
Wait
three-
till I hit that.
3 years ago, my ship sailed.
Okay. Well, I guess we still have a minute, or is that good?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. I'd like to call to order the Village of Middleville Council meeting for September 9th, 2025. Heather, may I please have roll call?
Kevin Smith,
Here.
Robert Bishop,
Here.
Tracy Gillespie,
Here.
Richard Hamilton,
Here.
John Osterbahn,
Here.
Mackenzie Peters, Ann Williams.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to excuse him from the meeting.
Or.
The motion with support. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, we stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Support.
We have a motion with support to approve the agenda as written. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I'd like to move that we approve the consent agenda.
Or.
We have a motion with support to approve the consent agenda, which are approval of minutes for the regular council meeting of August 26th, 2025, and approval of bills for September 4th, 2025 for $70,402.49. Heather, could I please have a roll call?
Robert Bishop,
Aye.
Tracy Gillespie,
Aye.
Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
John Osterbahn,
Aye.
Mackenzie Peters,
Aye.
Ann Williams, Kevin Smith.
Aye. Motion carries. Have public comment. If you have something to say, you have 3 minutes, and please approach the podium and give your name and address. All right. No takers on that, so we're going to move to reserve time, which we don't have any. No petitions or communications or ordinances and resolutions. So moving on to Mr. Stolzenberg with council and staff reports.
Good evening. Everybody should have my report in front of them. If you notice, the building is getting a facelift this week, so hopefully should be done end this week, beginning of next week, pretty soon. So bids were relatively reasonable, so I was able to prove that with my threshold without having to bring that to council. So look for that. Otherwise, we got Heritage Day is coming up Saturday, so should be a beautiful day for that. And anything else? Is it my report? Anybody has any questions?
Just as an adder to the upcoming joint meeting, we're going to be meeting with the township
Yes.
next week.
Yep. Next
and-
Tuesday.
We'd like to come with some structure, and again, if you have any pressing questions or any items that you would like to bring to the township for conversation, I would encourage you to send those to Craig so that we can provide an agenda. I just want to have a little more structure to that meeting so that we can make it productive for everybody involved. So if you have any topics that you'd like to bring, I would greatly appreciate the assistance and in putting together an agenda for that.
Yep.
That'll be over at the fire burn.
Yep. fire bar, I reached out to Eric Schaefer since they're hosting it, to see if they had anything that they wanted to, have as a topic or whatever, and did not have anything in mind, so I talked about recapping what we talked about last time, and then some additional things if you have anything additional.
In my higher barn, I mean the emergency services building.
Yes.
Got that on my brain.
Any status on High Street?
Nice.
Letter we sent to them.
Yes, it's in process. So I sent it out to Johnny, waiting. I got a response back, and we're kind of waiting for him to respond to another email I sent to him earlier today. So, yes, there's been some action, but nothing official yet. So we should hopefully have something for you to take action on the last meeting.
All right, well, thank you very much, Mr. Sturzenberg.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. JD, welcome.
Thank you.
Evening. So, first time coming up here. But, basically, I've been getting my feet wet and get everything transferred over for me as the OIC at plant,
What's the OIC?
OIC,
Yeah, what is that?
operator in charge. So I'm the main operator for everything transferred over through Eagle, so anything goes wrong, it's on me. Other than that, just kind of getting that taken care of and getting some maintenance stuff and kind of looking forward to making a few changes, but I'm waiting on some numbers for a lot of stuff to come in. So that's in my report. Any questions?
Just overall, like, how's your experience been, and like, how do you rate what you brought on in terms of getting into the details of repair, maintenance, status?
When I was in Hastings, I was an operator there, so I did a lot of maintenance stuff myself. So now I'm on the other side of making sure that it gets done instead of just doing it myself. And it's been going good. Found some things that were kind of lacking. I'm doing my best to try to get it going and get it fixed. So just little things, tires, for example, in the back here were in horrible condition. As soon as I got done, I'm looking at a new VT SCADA system, because the system we have is outdated and our new tower is needed to be monitored right now. So there's a lot of things that are kind of lacking in that area. So otherwise, it's been good. So
Good.
Bring us into the 21st century a little bit.
No, appreciate that.
No problem.
Great, well, listen, reviews all around, and so just excited to have you on board. And glad things are going,
Appreciate
hopefully
that.
as planned.
I know. I didn't really. It's going pretty good.
Perfect. Well, Jay, thanks so much. I appreciate you coming down here.
All right, thank you.
I've got a question.
Oh,
Do you have relatives in Nashville?
I do not. I am actually from Missouri, so I'm not even from around here.
Okay.
What's all that yellow pipe?
What's that?
The yellow pipe put down up there down Main Street.
Natural
That's natural gas. That's all consumers.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to run natural gas because they're running over to Middleville line. So they needed a bigger line than what they had, so they're moving at consumer speed. So,
well, they certainly have the cones out.
yes.
Yeah.
Good for them.
That's to warn the traffic 5 miles away, where they fly through here.
I was hoping it was a left turn lane light.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
All right, excellent. Jay, thank you. Appreciate it. Yep. Sergeant Ware.
Evening.
Good evening.
Apparently I sent my report to Ron, but I'm getting Ron to be here last week, so do a quick go over the numbers, so I won't bore you with them.
You all have to print out
Because-
on the table, yeah.
Yep, we got it.
You got it in hand now?
Yep.
Okay, so real quick, total reports was 80, total offenses, crashes, statutes was 93, 15 traffic stops and 4 citations issued, Police contacts total was 266. Our community policing business residence checks was 82. And we had quite a bit of time off, but that's because Deputy Price was on leave due to a surgery he had. So, into the nitty gritty of stuff, Middleborough Reserves, we have police wearing a new look soon. They'll be matching our road patrol with the black uniforms, but they will continue to wear their same Middleville unit patch, which will be the gold outline. So they will be a little different than us. They won't have any of the gray silver patches like we have, but they'll also be sporting the outer vest like we wear too. And as most of you know, Trevor DeGroot, he used to be a reserve. He left in 2022 to pursue a full-time career in law enforcement. He's since left the full-time career to take over business here locally, and he'll be coming back to the reserve. So we're happy to have him back with all his knowledge and experience. It'll be a great addition back to our unit there. So as far as the sheriff's, we've got 3 newish hires in the office this week. That's one's about to start phase 2, and the other one's starting shadow phase. So those deputies should be hitting the road here before too long. I'm waiting on an answer on when we're going to get our day spot back, especially pushing the fact that we just had 3 hires. So as soon as I hear about that, I'll let you guys know. My hope is it'll be before the end of the year, but I can see them pushing out to the end of the year just when we ship this, just because it's easier on their end, the sheriff's office, and to do it that way. But I'm fighting to get that spot back up here as soon as possible because it's desperately needed. Yes. And then school traffic, it's back. It's chaotic. It's fun. But most importantly, just friendly reminder, everybody, take your time, be patient, help everybody out. The fall traffic still is terrible, especially the westbound. Cars on the we're all far enough over towards that center line or just over the center line. We also can get around. Forced out a couple cars for passing on the left. We're already having red light violations with the buses, the traffic or the crossing guards. Had them a couple of times now, so just overall reminder, remember what the laws are with school zones and speeds and all that stuff, and just try to be safe. And then vehicle larcenies, those are back. They haven't gone away. We had a truck stolen on Misty Ridge. We were able to find it down in Kalamazoo with the great help of Flock. Both our Flock and Kalamazoo's Flock was able to track that vehicle down and locate it. But again, it continues to happen. We talk about Middleville being that middle spot between Grand Rapids and the Kalamazoo Battle Creek area. We're a stopping ground. We were actually able to pick up on the Flock cameras the car that came into the neighborhood, came through town, actually made it all the way through town, turned around somewhere, and then came back north before going back into Misty Ridge. So it was one of those, let's make one last stop on the way back down to Kalamazoo when they came into Misty Ridge this time. So, vodka cars, keep your valuables out of it. Every car that got gone through was left unlocked. The one truck that got stolen was left unlocked with the keys in. It's prime opportunity for them. If your cars are locked, they're not getting to it. They may pull on your door handles, but they're not getting it. They're not smashing windows. They're not trying to break in. They just want the quick grabs. So, and then the cars with the push buttons, that's what they're stealing. Because they know that even if the keys are kept just inside the door of the garage, chances are you can still go in your garage and start your car. It's close enough proximity. You don't need a key. Once it's started, you can drive it as far as you want to go. You don't need the key with you to drive it. So keep those keys away from the cars when they're parked. That's all I got for you guys. Any questions for me?
I bet you never thought you'd have to tell people that. Yeah.
People's. Honestly, I wish I could go back to the old chip keys. Those are a lot more secure than these push button ones.
Any questions for Sergeant Ware? All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Mr. Burton. My turn. Your turn.
August 1 to August 31st. Well, the weeds are slowing down some. Really not, there's always going to be that 5% that are not going to pull, not going to mow the lawn, and we're having a hard time with that. But, okay. Pets issues a little bit. RVs are coming and going and back and forth, but it's been pretty well controlled. I think, so A little bit of trash, there was a pool ladder that has been taken care of. Parking, a couple of sign issues. If there's ever any questions on signs, I'd be happy to answer them. Pretty much taken care of. Fence permit, somebody put their fence, brand new fence in the wrong way, so that's an issue. 4 letters were written last month. All grass except on the fence issue. Pretty standard bug.
We are approaching the time when parking on the road is going to be prohibited due to the winter. When does that,
A couple of night runs prior to that.
what date is that?
Well, it starts in November 1,
November 1.
but I will wait until it gets, I like to see a little bit of snow come, just a little threat before I do a major takedown.
Right. No, I just like to start reminding people that the clock is ticking.
Yeah, typically I put a warning on the first time I do a night run, put a warning on everybody's car, and that usually takes about 50, 60 of them. And then, the week before Thanksgiving, right in that general neighborhood, then I'll put an official notice on it. And then we go from there.
Perfect.
Questions, comments?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bergman.
I do have a question, not for Bob, but do we have signage that tells visitors that there's only one side of the street they can park on when they do park?
We're not quite there yet.
Okay.
I know that Mr. Powers had brought that before council a couple of times, but it's not, we haven't really
It's not ironed out quite yet.
that out.
Yeah.
It's still in process, so.
Yeah, when I drive through there's always some kind of violation.
It's tough, those, like, especially when you go into the subdivisions, those roads are not wide enough for emergency vehicles at all, and when people park,
Yep,
close.
both sides of the road. Yeah.
All I can say is that if there was ever an emergency, the bumpers on those trucks would probably
Take care of the car. huh?
take care of the car for sure, yeah.
Okay.
But we are just still ironing out those details yet, so I don't know when that's gonna hit the council again, but something I might be able to talk to Mr. Powers about. All right, no unfinished business. We have new business.
I have a liaison.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I recommended to the commission at last Tuesday's meeting that perhaps the ordinance committee should bring something to this council to purview regarding feather signs. And we can decide what we want to do.
We talked about, I think generally, and I'm just sharing my personal opinion, I'm not sharing the intent here, but, I'm not a big fan of feather flags at all, but because I think they, in my opinion, are kind of trashy, but, when they're lined up along the road and then they sit out there all summer and they wear down, and I think, as we look at that, it is, in the ordinances and its current, it forbids them for any length of time, and I think we would be opening up a lot of extra work for Mr. Bergler if we framed it in such a way where we didn't want them to show up in April and then just stay there until forever. So it would be something for, on the order of a special event or something like that, where there's purpose behind it, and then they're temporary, but
That's where
it's
they're headed.
complicated.
That's where we're headed,
Yeah.
temporary, pretty much. as you say, apply for it, take it down when you're done. Yeah.
I think that it's difficult when you have a community that is trying to be have a certain image but we also want to be business friendly and support our, especially new businesses when there's a reason to advertise. So something that is going to be debated, I'm sure, at length.
So, for TAPRC, we have a joint meeting coming up. We've done our community outreach efforts, collected a lot of survey information and a lot of in-person information for the pop-ups between myself, Catherine, and Ray Rickert. I think we got a pretty good outturn for quite a few different pop-up events that we were able to pull off. So all in all, I think it was good results. We had a powwow meeting in August sometime. And we discussed a lot of the input we got as far as, you know, what the community wants to see and try to prioritize that. And then how that correlates to our existing rec plan goals that we may want to carry over, but we'll go through all those. There's going to be a draft. I don't know if Williams and Works sent you a draft yet from the TAPRC of what our thoughts would be for moving forward with a rec planning goals, but we're looking like we'll have a firm renewal by the end of the year. So that would be good. That's one less thing to worry about, right? So we have a joint meeting coming up here in September. And then regarding the library ad hoc committee met with the township just as an information on my understanding that it went well. I had a family matter I had to address. I wasn't able to make it that night, but I heard it went well. I didn't hear anything about whether any consensus was made from the board on any concerns, but that will be one thing I'll want to discuss at our joint meeting upcoming is just to see where they're at and their mindset on that. So one of the big things we wanted to focus on was just giving them that opportunity to understand how we got to where we are, where the feasibility came in at, and then what our thoughts are going forward, and allowing them to have some input into that. Being that a library district would be not just Thornapple Township and Middleville, going forward, we would also need cooperation from Irving and Freeport and other areas of the county that are within the school district, which is what we kind of want to focus on, because that's primarily what a library district would entail. So more to come on that. We meet, I believe, later this month as well, so the third Wednesday.
Yep, the
So,
TAPRC joint meeting is September 22nd.
Yeah, yep, and then,
Oh, in the library, I'm not sure. So.
yeah, I think the library is set up for every other month on the third Wednesday. So I'll have to make sure that's not conflicting in my calendar, but otherwise, that's where we're at.
Nice.
Mhm.
So I have anything else in your reports? All right. The DDA, we had some budget adjustments made. We are preparing for Developers Day, which is this Monday. We have quite a few participants actually to come and stroll the grounds and take a look at some of the opportunities that Middleville has. That starts at 10 a.m. I think Nicole Like is sent out an invitation. So if you do plan on going, I think it's going to be a great opportunity to meet people that are interested in developing here. So we do have a handful of opportunities that I think we could all get behind if the vision is correct with the developer. And again, we're just trying to attract folks into Middleville to spend money and develop land or properties that either are considered vacant or blight or any number of other labels. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for folks and if you can make it, that would be phenomenal. Other than that, we're still working on the marketing aspect of the master plan, and we're starting to settle in on getting committees established on the DDA, which is really exciting. Just, it feels very intentional now, and I'm really happy with the direction the DDA is headed in. Cassandra's really been, I interviewed some of the vendors at the farmer's market on Friday and just tried to get an idea of what they think of it, and they all mentioned that this was likely the best that they've had in terms of feedback and collaboration with the DDA. In terms of the farmer's market, they've really been very happy with Cassandra, so she's really knocking it out of the park, as we all knew would happen. So she's been getting glowing reviews from them. And then we do have a trial where if there's anyone that's interested in participating in the Middleville market, it's free. You waive the fee, which I think, we're just really trying to solve the chicken or the egg scenario where we want people to come to it, but they're not going to come to it unless there's a lot of vendors, and vendors are interesting because if there's not a lot of vendors, more vendors aren't going to show up either, because they actually appreciate the variety. And in many cases, I mean, I had a great conversation with a couple of them that said it would be great if we had a wider variety of produce, because when somebody comes down to buy apples, they're certainly going to be there to buy corn or strawberries or blueberries or whatever, and they really, their plight is that they really wish that there was more variety, that when people would come to be vendors. So I think we do have some work to do there, and I think this has been a really great learning this summer, because I think we've really gotten a lot of great feedback from them. So hopefully that will be put in motion with a plan next summer, and we'll just keep getting better. So that was pretty much it for the DDA. More to come. Moving on with unfinished business, none. And a new FOIA administrator backup, Mr. Stolzenberg. You have the stage for the next 3 items.
Okay. So in front of you is opportunity to remove me as the FOIA backup administrator and appoint Heather, who is much more capable, in my opinion, to do that job. So I would recommend approval of this.
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to make a motion to approve Heather, I'm gonna butcher your name.
Shirabar.
As a backup to the village's Freedom of Information Administrator. Support.
We have a motion with support to approve Heather Shinemar as the backup Village Freedom of Information Administrator. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Craig.
You're welcome. Up next, I kind of gave you a little bit of warning that once Alec left, we realized we knew we were shorthanded, but we didn't realize how shorthanded we were until we got JD on board and really started digging into things. And I was planning on asking for an additional operator in the next budget, but we feel like it's time now so we can get that person trained prior to snowplow season and things like that going on. So we have the funds in the budget, and we're looking at some additional savings too, as we continue to work with JD. But feel like it's time to add another position there. So.
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
based on Craig's outline, especially, I loved how you put those numbers, what we were as, our population to what we're at now. I think that was very clear and cut. So with that, I'd like to make a motion to approve the additional DPW equipment operator position.
Over.
We have a motion with support to add one full-time position of DPW equipment operator to the village staff and authorize the village manager and public work director to advertise immediately for applicants. Any discussion before we? I'm gonna take a roll call on this.
Tracy Gillespie,
Aye.
Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
John Osterbahn,
Aye.
Mackenzie Peters,
Aye.
Ann Williams, Robert Bishop,
Aye.
Kevin Smith.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And the last item I have for our new business, we went out for bid. We only received one bid back for repaving all of the roads in Misty Ridge, which are, if you've ever driven Misty Ridge recently, you know how much it's needed. And obviously coupled with the report from Grand Valley Metro Council on our road conditions, this is something we're gonna be tackling for forever, basically. So as soon as we get done with, these roads, in 10 years, we're probably gonna be right back at it again. So, on a, regular schedule, which we're working on, getting a better schedule on there now. We can go out, reach out to additional. They've been Reed and Riley's always been really fair with the village, and they've done work in the village for a long, long time, so I would recommend that.
Before we move on, I just want to ask a couple of quick questions.
Mhm.
First of all, that report seems really odd, because I just having driven, I drive a lot of the roads. And some of those roads that survey said that were in poor condition, really, I don't know what metrics they're using, but.
Yeah, they, if you remember, we, hired them to, they've got a van specialized with all kinds of GPS equipment and, sonar and lasers and all kinds of stuff that, really reads it better than what you or I, could, but.
It goes down in the subsoil.
Yes, yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
Deep,
they're measuring street thickness and
all that.
all of the, and how the ground is shifting
Yep.
and all that. Okay,
Yep.
I understand.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then what do I know? I don't know anything.
I do, I have a,
Please.
I noticed, I think is inch and a half, is, when they're done, it's an inch and a half. Do you know what it is now?
I believe it's 3 inches. But I could be wrong about that. I believe it's 3 and then they take off an inch and a half and then they.
Okay,
Are they just they're chip sealing
Chip,
it?
yeah. They're grinding off an inch and a half layer and then they're re-pouring an inch and a half.
Oh,
yeah,
so not what they did in Rolling Oaks.
Correct.
so the data shows that most of those, you drive through there, it's pretty bad.
It is.
It's really bad.
Yes, yep,
We're talking probably an inch and a half of this kind of thing.
yes.
Just taking that off, getting smooth and
Yes.
coming back.
Mill and fill is what they call it. I was
Yep.
trying to search for the
Yeah,
term in my brain, which was eluding me, but, so they mill off an inch and a half and then they fill it, so they re-asphalt the full inch and a half that they took out of there.
You know what's interesting though, just to add to the comment here is, I drive past Seneca Ridge and it's fairly good road. Just in the 4 or 5 years I've lived in Middleville, it's amazing to see how much that erodes in a short amount of time. So it's not really unfathomable that this needs to be done, so.
And those are done by the contract, the people that are building the houses, so they're,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, it's just time.
Right.
It's time, ice and
And
thaw. time,
probably
ice and
quality
thaw,
too,
so.
like it's probably bare minimum quality.
that looked like a pretty reasonable price to do that much street in there.
Yeah. But no, I agree. It's, I think a lot of those roads that were developed by the contractors, that was, builders mostly in Misty Ridge, wasn't it?
Misty Ridge was, some Bauman and some Allen.
Bauma, I think, is the one that
They started
most
it,
part,
yes.
which,
Okay, I'll move that we support the request to repave Misty Ridge streets according to the proposal from Reese Riley.
Support to not exceed 400,000, right?
300.
And that, I did have a typo in there, we actually have closer to 800,000 in fund balance for local streets right now.
Okay. My next question was that's pretty slim
Yep.
between now and the
Yep.
end of the year.
It is, but the rest of our projects are coming out of LDFA, if you recall.
Oh, that's right.
And we're, planning on, when we do the tax levy, doing a portion of local streets, a portion of major streets, and then the general fund again. So,
All right, we will leave a motion with support to accept the bid from Reeve Riley Construction Company to remove 1.5 inches and replace it with new asphalt on all the roads listed in the attached bid, not to exceed 300,000, with funds to come from the local streets fund. Heather, could I please have a roll call?
Richard Hamilton,
Aye.
John Osterbon,
Aye.
Mackenzie Peters,
Aye.
Ann Williams, Robert Bishop,
Aye.
Tracy Gillespie,
Aye.
Kevin Smith.
Aye.
Okay,
Motion carries.
who supported that motion?
I did.
That's what I thought.
all right, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, in your packet, you have boards and commissions, draft minutes from the DDA meeting, September 2nd, draft minutes from planning commission, September 2nd, as well as some informational items and correspondence, which we have none. We are now opening the floor for public comment. No takers. All right. Final council comment. We'll start down here. Ms. Wilson. Mr. Fisher? Yeah. You've got to be counting the days.
Soon enough.
I'm good.
Mr. Hanson?
Well, I want to thank you for being so expedient.
Yes, sir. Doing my best.
You're 1 minute past pro tem's record, or 2 minutes. Very good.
I blame her.
I make the meeting efficient. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
I want to thank this board and staff for being patient with me as I go through some things and excusing my absences. It was not intended, but things happen in life, so I appreciate everyone's patience on that. Otherwise, I have nothing else.
It's nice to see you.
Thank you.
Other than I love this village, I'm looking forward to our joint meeting with the township. I really am hopeful that we'll get some feedback from all of you to share with the township when we get together with them. That's a rare opportunity that I think we should take advantage of. I'm super happy with where the DDA is going. That's been exceptional, and I think they will continue to do good things. So I'm very excited. I love the state of where we are right now. And it's thanks to the staff and all of you. So with that, I believe a motion is in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We got a support. We have a motion with support to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. We'd sit here all night till Sunday. I would never let that happen.
Adjourn.